Hello everyone, I am again here with you with the natural resources. In the last module, we have discussed natural resources, its classification, land resources and forest resources. Today I came here with some issues related to deforestation, impact of deforestation, Chipko Movement, a case study related to deforestation and the conservation of forest wealth. Deforestation, that means the permanent destruction of indigenous woodland areas or forest. This can include clearing the land of agriculture or grazing, or using the timber for fuel, construction or for manufacturing. According to the Global Forest Resource Assessment 2020, the global rate of net forest loss in 2010 to 2020 was 7 million hectares per year. Between 2010 and 2020, global forest areas fell by 1.2% with decline concentrations or concentrated in Africa and South America. Major causes of deforestation. The first is shifting cultivation. As you can see in this particular image, first of all, in agriculture practices, there are two types of agriculture practices. Number one is traditional and the next one is modern agriculture practices. So in traditional agriculture practices, people used to select the land for cropping and they cropped that particular land for 1 to 3 years. And after that, they selected the new area and cleared that particular area. They deforested that particular area and then again do cropping. And again, they select the another area. So such type of practices, these are good for them, that these are going to have a very fertile land again and again for farmland areas. But it also do impact on what? The forest cover. That means every time they used to cut the forest cover and then they use that particular land for cropping or farming. The next is agriculture. That means according to FAO, Food and Agricultural Organization, agriculture causes around 80% of deforestation. Next is mining, a very important, as we people are doing mining for different mineral resources. Day by day we are continuously extracting such resources, but it is directly or indirectly affects our forest cover. So oil and mining of coal or mineral require a large amount of forest land. Acres of land is required, as you can see in this image. The waste that comes out from mining pollutes the environment and affects the nearby species, as well as it also affects the labor which is working on these particular mine sites. Urbanization. As industrialization and urbanization is continuously increasing, we are trying to develop. So in this context, we are continuously cutting down the trees and make our own space. Construction. More specifically, 10% of deforestation can be attributed to the new infrastructure that serve the current human lifestyle in 4 main ways: transportation, transformation, energy generation, and the expansion of their regions. So these are the you can say the lifestyle, human lifestyle zones, you can say. So the construction plays an important role. Nowadays, government made some guidelines related to the construction and related so that they can balance the forest cover or the number of trees. They can balance it. If they cut so much amount of trees for the construction purpose, they need to grow again. So such type of practices are also nowadays people are following. Timber production. One of the primary cause of deforestation is the production of timber. Timber, there are two types of timber: natural solid timber and the second is engineered timber products. For an example, plywood, fiberboard, particle board, block board, laminates, veneers. So such type of, these are the two categories of timber. So the new lifestyle, or you can say the new architectural practices always require this particular engineered timber products. Forest fire, this is the natural cause of what? This is natural and the anthropogenic cause of deforestation. Due to human activity as well, the forest fires are there. Due to natural processes also, the forest fires are there. As we are well known, the forest fire of Amazon. Overgrazing, as I discussed in the last module, what is overgrazing? You can see in this particular image. They are continuously degrading the grassland areas, so that's why there is a erosion of soil, of topsoil. What are the impacts of deforestation? The first is due to mining. So mining operations for extracting minerals and fossil fuels like coal, oils often involves vast forest areas. Mining from shallow deposits is done by surface mining, while that from deep deposits it is done by the subsurface mining, or you can say the underground mining. Such practices of mining, whether it is surface mining or underground mining, we need chemicals, we need machine, we need labor also for such type of practices. So more than 80,000 hectares of land of the country is presently under the stress of mining activities. Large-scale deforestation has been reported in Mussoorie and Dehradun Valley, about 40-kilometer area for mining. Declination rate 33% increases in non-forest areas. Indiscriminate mining in forest in India. If we consider the old case studies, the Goa since 1961 has destroyed more than 50,000 hectares of forest land. Coal mining in Jharia, Raniganj and Singraula are the examples also. Mining of magnesite and soapstone have destroyed 14 hectares of forest in the hill slope of Khirakot, Kosi Valley, Almora. So these are the case studies which you can consider in deforestation. Mining of radioactive minerals in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka are posing similar threats of deforestation. The rich forest of Western Ghats, these Western Ghats are the hotspots of biodiversity, are also facing the same threat due to mining projects for excavation of copper, chromite, bauxite and magnetite. Dams. We are having some advantages and some disadvantages of dam construction. So I am here with some disadvantages. So big dams and river valley projects have multi-purpose uses and referred to as temples of modern India. But India is facing, or all over the world is facing, that indirectly we need deforestation for the establishment of the large dams. And but obvious, these are beneficial for the economy, these are beneficial for the employment, these are beneficial in generation of hydroelectric energy, or you can say the electricity. So apart from many advantages, some disadvantages are related to the deforestation practices. The highest one is Tehri Dam on river Bhagirathi in Uttaranchal, and the largest in terms of capacity in Bhakra Dam on river Satluj in Himachal Pradesh. So there are some case studies as well related to the Silent Valley hydroelectric project. It was one of the first such projects started in the tropical rainforest area in Western Ghats. The crusade against the ecological damage and deforestation caused due to Tehri Dam was led by Sri Sundarlal Bahuguna, the leader of Chipko Movement. They have protested for the construction of such type of large dam because it also affects the tribal people. It also affects the culture of the tribal people. It also affects the direct and indirect benefits of the forest. The cause of Sardar Sarovar Dam related issue has been taken up by the environmental activist Ms. Medha Patkar, joined by Ms. Arundhati Roy and Baba Amte. Floods, droughts, landslides become more prevalent in such areas due to dam constructions. The plant species present in forest could be having marvelous economic or medicinal value, and deforestation results in loss of the storehouse of species or biodiversities which have evolved over millions of years ago in a single stroke. So next is related to that. biodiversity loss. Many of the plants and animals do not survive because they lost their food and shelter there. The entire species can extinct. This is the biodiversity loss. Millions of plants and animal species are on the verge of extinction due to deforestation practices. Greenhouse emission. So greenhouse gases such as methane, carbon dioxide. Now, when the deforestation practices are there, there is no sequestration of carbon dioxide on that particular zone. So that increase the percentage of carbon dioxide in the environment, and because this is a greenhouse gas, it is related to the global warming. So gases such as methane and carbon dioxide trap heat in Earth's atmosphere, leading change in climate. Trees absorb the carbon dioxide and release oxygen and water into atmosphere. This contributes to global warming. Soil erosion and flooding. Trees are used to compact the soil cover or the land resources. Trees help the land to retain water and topsoil, which provides the rich nutrient to sustain additional forest life. Without forest, the soil erodes and washes away, causing farmers to move on and perpetuate the cycle. The barren land are more susceptible to the flooding. Now come to the Chipko Movement case study. As you can see in this particular image, people are hugging the trees. So they have had a patience about to conserve our environment, to conserve our biodiversity and all. So that's why they didn't want to cut their natural resource, their plants, their trees and all. So that's why they hugged them. They wanted to sacrifice their lives with respect to the deforestation practices. So the philosophy continues to inspire struggle against deforestation in various parts of India. Tribal people also were the part of it because they are also affected by this. Started by Miss Gaura Devi in 1970. Miss Amrita Rao took lead in Rajasthan with 362 volunteers. Miss Medha Patkar took lead in Tehri, Uttar Pradesh. And Mr. Sundarlal Bahuguna took lead in Garhwal district, Chamoli in 1986. So it is continuously regarding save forests or for the safety of the forest cover. Now, how can we conserve our forest wealth? When we do the minimization in mining practices, alternate source of fuels we can use, prohibition of overgrazing and deforestation practices, pest and fire control should be there, afforestation practices should be there. Most of the non-government organizations are also providing platform for such type of afforestation practices. Afforestation means planting of new trees. So if we do such practices, that deforestation is less and afforestation practices are high, then we can balance such type of issues. So what we have discussed today: deforestation, impact of deforestation, Chipko Movement a case study, and conservation of forest wealth. Thank you.